Alright, we are done with the Dragon Song War. That's the post-Dragon Song. Not as long. And after probably finish this, we'll end for the night. And then we'll be into Stormblood after that. Alright, alright. We are doing this. We ready? For this next one. Now that the excitement of recent days is giving way to some semblance of normality, Sir Merrick de Boreal, fresh from his appointment as Lord of Speaker of the House, has extended you a formal invitation to dine with him. It would seem that your long overdue drink with the Lord Commander is at last at hand, should you so desire.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
I mean, I could toot your horn. Huh? 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 Huh?
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
I mean... How many glasses do we need? The answer is all of them. Yay, we get tea!
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Well, it is definitely unending so far. Hardy har har. Why not join me on the next, huh? Oh, he looks so excited.
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust.
How about some other lust?
Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention.
Damn.
By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform.
I will do that a lot in a lot of places,
The formation
actually.
of the Republic is but the beginning. For it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost
Oh, don't worry.
did not die in vain.
Won't be that long.
I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead?
Bitch, fighting is easy. Doing politics is fucking hard.
The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do.
I mean, at least you can, you know, handle that hardness easier than you could hardness of, you know, politics. They've definitely improved the meal
May I ask
body
a personal
texture
question?
in the other. Will you have sex with me? Yes, that is the answer to the personal question. Yes.
Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
You and my harem.
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Fulton.
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
Yeah, like you won't let me use my healing powers on her at all.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
Alright, I'll have to change out of this outfit. This is for a will it let me actually do the, you know, healing stuff? Since I am a healer. But the food in later expansions looks a lot better than that. But they've been working backwards.
Every ending marks a new beginning.
But anyways, they're slowly going back and redoing
From tragedy and sacrifice,
textures of the older
we
expansion.
rise to greet a new dawn, as did she.
Yes, Papalina Mo.
Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
Or as a protagonist, I need to be doing that. You know, always fighting. As long as this game exists, there's fighting to be had. This one might actually have me allowed to be a healer for this.
Yes.
Is that...
No, maybe.
Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one.
She wasn't being, you know, obvious or anything. She was fucking being obvious.
Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly.
If it was poorly, why didn't you fucking notice?
I rescued her in the Twelves Wood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Elise took an arrow to the shoulder.
I mean, unlike you who took an arrow to the knee.
It was only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood.
I don't know, maybe get a fucking doctor in here. Give her an anti-poison.
We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt.
I mean, same.
She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister.
Cool.
To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even
She's
to speak
fine.
the words.
She's fine.
Take heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled Chirurgeons.
Now? Or later? Because it feels like we're doing this later. Because she seems to be still in here.
Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Alphino, is the Warrior of Light, is she with you? Don't go, there is something I must say.
Then speak quickly.
The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan.
Oh, really?
They make for Zelvatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her.
Yay!
You must stop them.
Of course.
I shall inform the others at once.
Why do you speak of others when I'm the one that's going to be the one doing all the work?
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
See, I'm the one doing this alone.
Of course.
Shadow the First. Regardless of whether or not the Warriors of Darkness intend to kill Garuda, the fact remains that the primal summoning cannot be ignored and should be prevented at all costs. After some discussion, it's decided that you and Alphino will enter the Ixal homeland of Zathathatol by means of a mountain pass east of the Camp Dragonhead. See your destination all haste. Lord Edmund orders a contingent of knights to secure the entrance and escort you as far as they are able. Details settled. Alphino invites you to accompany him. In Camp Dragonhead, we are informed that the House Fatal's knights took the initiative to launch an attack on the Ixal forces guarding the entrance, rendering it safe well in advance of your arrival. The enemy's gates lay open. And this is in the Shadow of the First. We confront the Ixal occultist overseeing the summoning ritual. Having a pitched battle, managed to lay him low. Having put an end to his beastman's ambitions, you've returned to Korthus. Before you can make good on your escape, you find yourself face to face with the Warriors of Darkness. Rather than engaging you in a battle a second time, their leader proceeds to set out their reasons for consulting with the Asians. I think that's what this cutscene is.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Asians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the primal without us.
No, I killed the person who was gonna summon it. So, look, there's a new person in their ranks. Hi, person we totally don't know and have totally not seen before.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No, no. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
In a fight? In a fight?
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumal. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
While you were idly consorting with the Asians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Something. Nothing.
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here.
I mean, it could beat you in other ways too, but you aren't a part of my harem.
You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
I mean, yes, but do inform the rest of us.
Across 10 and 3 they were divided.
13! Just say 13!
Each possessed of shards
Sorry.
of light and dark.
Sorry, that just... You don't have to... You're having more words there!
One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Asians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
I mean, I do. For reasons.
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source.
You know they're still trying to put you and your old
But there is
world
but
together.
one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
Yeah, but all of your people will die.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking.
Cool. And I tire of
You know
waiting.
our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
Yes. Hi, stranger who's staying right here.
If
After
there is
all,
aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
I mean, yes, you have friends here, but I mean, we're being all secretive. Too broody to have. I mean, through brief moments standing in the snow is more than enough for Alphino to realize this is neither time nor the place to think deeply on recent events. While House for Thomps Knights return to Dragonhead and prepare a report, he would head to the congregation both to brief Sir A. Merrick and see if his sister's condition has improved. Sir escorts you and Alphino to Alizé's room, where Thancred, Y'shtola, and Tataru are already waiting. There, Alphino is relieved to find his sister's regained fully conscious and well on her way to full recovery. Per Y'shtola's request, you proceed to give your account. When all of us have their say, however, Scions agree that only their foes' attempts to spur the beast tribes into summoning even stronger primals cannot be allowed. Thancred then reveals that he and Alizé have uncovered evidence suggesting that the Ascians are behind a plot to furnish several beast tribes with steady stream of crystals, on the understanding that they're severing their supply lines will do much to slow the escalation. It's decided that the others, Sir Emma included, will attempt to determine the Ixal and Nath sources. You and Alphino, meanwhile, will visit Urianger to find out if his wealth of knowledge concerning primal beings might be put to good use. When Alizé subsequently insists she should be allowed to accompany you, Alphino seems poised to refuse her, only to relent in the face of her steely-eyed determination. All that is remained is wait for her to finish changing into her new outfit. Yet another original outfit created by Tataru. After a moment of reflection and a missed opportunity to hear an anecdote about Alphino's boyhood indiscretions, you and the twins finally ready to depart. Let's see where this one is at. Okay, so this is it. Hi, stranger!
Alizé, how are you feeling?
Well enough to sit up.
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. When they told me you had departed for Zelfatol, I found that I could rest. The outcome seemed a mere formality, as did your safe return. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. There's a raid between here and there.
I
That
take it your mission
we
was a
hang out more
success.
with Alizé. And where we kill the primal version of their grandfather, who's a phoenix.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
Think again.
I too thought his story fanciful at first, but it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alize. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits, but after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers.
Yeah.
Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
Fun.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
I mean, yeah, we do, you know, encroach on their lands.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
Yeah, but I
We
currently
cannot let
have
that
gel
happen.
in my hands, and I don't think it's safe for cats.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Hair gel. I'm putting in leave-in conditioner because my hair is really frazzly right now because of the heat.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelfatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Were you thinking something kinky?
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play
Oh,
an
you're
active
ashamed
role
you
in
didn't go down that
maintaining
road
the
immediately?
security of the realm.
Damn.
You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge
It's
of primal
fine.
beings
I
is
still need to
scant at
train you
best.
well.
As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us
That
consult
harem
with
is getting
Oriander,
along
then.
well.
Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
Sure. You haven't just been injured mortally.
But Alize, you...
My character's not moving, is it? No. Let me reset. My character is bent-necked. Okay, it is now. Reset. There we go. Now I don't have broken neck.
You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
He knows when to pick his battles. With his sister.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
How the fuck you got her measurements? Well, I mean, if she's just going by Alphino's... I'll shut up with that comment. Oh wait, I need to finish reading this loud. To your delight, Uriel seems to be well aware of the Warriors of Darkness and their recent activities. I wonder the fuck why. He provides you with a promising new lead. The Kobolds of Vidbran, rumored to be on the verge of summoning Titan once more. Satisfied, you and Alphino prepared to depart Camp Overlook. Satisfied, you and Alphino prepared to depart for Camp Overlook on the outer La Nocia. But your departure is delayed by Alize, who requests that Urianger look into some specific claims made by the Warriors of Darkness. She suggests that the Giron oracles may hold the answers, though the frosty manner in which she addresses the scholar raises a host of other questions. I wonder why. Great minds think alike in both Alphino and Gabu. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Gabu is a child that was running away from, he's a kobold child. Whose family, his parents disappear because they argue against what the tribe leader is doing, and they're currently captured. The child proudly declares he knows where the crystals are stored and charges towards the kobold mines, eager to guide you to the twins, the first catch. Alphino and Alize make short work of the kobold's sentries, leaving you to secure the crystals while they stand guard. Though the beastmen appear unaware of your presence for now, there's no telling when a patrol may stumble upon you. You pack the crystals and signal your readiness. You go further in. Alphino, however, lingers for a moment, crouching over the now empty crate with pleasant expression on his face. Rising at length, he states that the container once bore Ishgardian seals, which someone took great pains to remove, reasoning that the kobolds will not journey to the Alanard to obtain crystals, much less bother with such precautions. He deduces that the crate must have been smuggled out of Ishgard and transported across the sea, likely at the behest of the Asians. Alas, there's no time to dwell on the implications, because we're going to the next cache. Gabu leads you to what he believes to be the third cache, only to find there is nothing there. A thorough survey of the area serves to confirm your suspicions. The crystals have been moved. Alphino can only assume that they are now deeper within, at the site of the summoning ritual. That being the case, you have no recourse but to breach the navel once more and seize the remaining crystals by force. Before you launch your attack, however, Alphino insists that you hand over the crystals in your pack, reasoning that it would be reckless to take them with you into the enemy's mists. With the crystals in his possession, Alphino departs to Camp Overlook, promising to return after warning the Maelstrom forces to prepare for the worst. Together with Alize and Gabu, you continue onward to the mines, towards the Beastman Aetherite, which will deliver you to the heart of the mountain. Having been rejoined by Alphino, you all teleport to the navel and order the Kobold Patriarch and his minions to surrender. Gabu duly demands to see his parents, but realizes to his horror that you have arrived too late, and they and the other prisoners have already been executed. Even as Alphino makes his final attempt to reason with the Patriarch, the Kobold child cries over and over again for his parents to wake up. His wailings filling the chamber, growing louder and more intense, and then, as if answered, the gathering crystals begin to glow. Moments later, the Aetheryte began to coalesce, dragging the rocks together towards a single point until the Lord of Crags stands before you. In his terrible fury, with a mixture of joy and confusion, the kobolds look upon their great father, who fixes them with a burning gaze before casting them from the platform from a fit of rage. You and Alize move to defend this. Gabu. While Alphino conjures a carbuncle to destroy the raging primal, as Titan claws at his face, the four of you make your escape. As Alize tends to Gabu, who remains unconscious following his ordeal, you and Alphino discuss how to begin best to proceed. Yes, it's a Hornai. Ha! Okay, that works. While summoned with far fewer crystals than intended, the Titan born of the child's anguish is nevertheless a threat that cannot be ignored, for he only grows stronger as he draws from the aether from the land, so it falls upon you to return to the navel and put it out of the misery. As the primal forms gradually fades from existence, his final despairing pleas echo in your mind. Though justifiably relieved, the shadows of the tragedy which gained him life yet looms large in your thoughts. And you know not how to feel. Nevertheless, Titan is no more, and you are free to return to Camp Overlook and the others. Though Gabu has at last awakened from his tepor, the child has spoke nary a word. With great trepidation, Alphino gives voice to the unhappy possibility that Gabu may have been fallen prey to the primal's influence. Should it prove to be the case, you'll have no choice but to surrender him to the Maelstrom for a summary execution. For the time being, however, you can watch, wait, and pray he recovers. Trying to figure out where in this one. Yeah, this is the cutscene. Quickly, you clots. Briskly, swiftly, quickly. I will not suffer any further delays. The bodies were used as kindling, by the way. They're right back there. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers, here, but how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Wasted. I mean... Dead parents. Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace. You monster. How could you? Aye, we are but servants of the Lord of Crag. We are his, and he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of overdwellers. Oh, no, Alize, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair, whatever it takes to ensure that those who threatened you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering upon your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god, and work with us together to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned at the Overdweller's convenience. Oathbreakers, all of you. Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. You take and you take and you take. And when you have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time will be the last until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot suffer to live, that our god drains the land of Aether, and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering for all. I will hear no more of your lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin ours. I said I come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please. Please. Please! Yeah, forever. They're sleeping forever. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! Wake up! I'm not trying to yell loud enough to... Sleeping forever? Oh, come on, then you can't see my streams. Come on! Smack. I know, right? 7 hells. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Alphino, leave him to me. We must away. Look at that carbuncle go. Disinclined to dwell on the unpleasant question of Gabu's faith, Alphino bids you appraise the maelstrom of victory over Titan. Yet as pleased as the commander is to hear the news, he inevitably demands the decision be made. Commander is greatly relieved to hear you've spared him the burden of sending good men to their death. In a show of gratitude, invites you to stay the night. Okay. This is another one that reflects quest progress. Begs you, stay the night. Pretty stars.
Who goes there?
Who goes there? Me. Nobody. Everybody.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, yeah. Alas.
Pretty stars.
So quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever.
I mean, that tends to be the case. Say ignorance is bliss to some degree.
I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness. I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom How these people were more deserving of his love than his family. Than me.
No promises.
But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Sharlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the Warriors of Darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you.
Urianger was one of, also one of, the Louis was, what's the word? Students. For a bit longer when they were younger.
This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
Some yeeks are the pleasure of Aramek, Alphanoke. You know, I just want to tell her stories about, you know, your brother. Totally not for, purposes
We have no
such
clear memories of our life in the hinterlands, having returned to the motherland as infants. Nevertheless, I am quite familiar with Master Matoya, as is every Sharlayan. I should like to speak with her someday. 'Twould not surprise me if Alphano's recent maturation was at least somewhat due to her sage guidance.
No,
I would never tell him this, of course. But there have been moments when I've caught myself thinking of him as an elder brother.
Oh no.
The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior
No
of
pressure.
Light.
No pressure, though.
As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on.
It'd suck if I
For
did
the
something
sake
in
of
the
those
sun.
we hold dear.
In the morning, you find Alphino packed and ready to depart. He reveals that he's been with contact with Thancred and Y'shtola, both of whom have apparently discovered crates bearing defaced Ishgardian seals during the course of their investigation. Armed with this information, Alphino thinks it's prudent to consult with Urianger once more and is eager to take the road. Alizé is, however, nowhere to be found, and neither you realize is Gabu. No child should be forced to confront death firsthand, much less that of a child, though she knows she can never truly understand the depths of his despair. Alizé takes a moment to comfort Gabu one last time. Having given up hope of eliciting a response, she surrenders him to the commanders, entreating him to show the young kobold every kindness. For that instant, the child breaks the silence, thanking Alizé for everything she's done. All is not lost. Gabu may one day recover from his trauma. With hope in your heart, you set forth for Thanlen. Back at the Waking Sands, Urianger shares his latest findings. Per Alizé's request, he has studied the Gurun oracles and discovered a passage which suggests that a rejoining will result in the death of all who were living in that reflection of the source. Yet in death there's seemingly life, as their souls would be returned to the source where they might be reborn anew. Drastic as it sounds, Urianger speculates this may be preferable to the alternative, for it is possible that a world which falls to transcendent light or dark may ultimately be transformed into an unfathomable void. Even as you pause to contemplate the applications of this theory, Urianger reveals that Ishgardian smugglers have supplying the beast tribes with crystals have been identified as the remnants of the criminal network established by the infamous Garlean spy master, the Ivy. What is more, the group has recently supplied crystals to another party, refugees devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. Wasting no time, Alphino bids you and Alize accompany him to Little Alamigo, track down the shipment's recipients, and find out what they intend. As you round the corner and head for the exit, you and the twins get contacted by Thancred, who proudly informs you of the latest developments in Ishgard. When he subsequently hears that you have obtained the same information, his disappointment is palpable. A troubled Alize then confirms the raid on the smuggler's hideout was conducted less than an hour before, and the only select few should know the group's true identity and destination of their final shipment. Alphino is unsure what to make of his sister's recent developments towards Urianger, the two of them having always been quite close. As one of Louis Wau's most dedicated pupils, Urianger was practically a member of the family, yet her treatment of the Archon during the past several visits has suggested nothing of the sort. On the contrary, her words and actions seem to indicate a deep-seated suspicion, but why, I wonder? Having a spin journey to Little Amigo turning, you press Alize for explanation, but her reluctance to say anything more when she's prepared to do what must be done. Whatever passed between her and Urianger remains unclear for now, but you sense it will not be long before the truth comes out. Yeah, I wonder. Let's see what the... Oh yeah, darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend!
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this.
Mm-hmm. You haven't heard enough, so you don't recognize his voice.
Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
So mysterious, so pretty eyes, so covering a face.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Murder, murder.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Breathe.
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Good for your statement there.
Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
I mean, he still does, yes.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
It's amusing that he thinks this, but yes.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
So, Gravath, who do you think this lovely, lovely specimen is? I don't mind if you actually spell the name wrong. As long as I get the gist of the name.
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done.
Not King of the Elves, but wrong hair color for Amric. Amric.
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness.
I mean, you will eventually.
Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Hint, hint. It's not exactly a well-kept secret that the Resistance has an established presence in Alamigo, even as refugees are not directly involved in the organization are likely to possess some information. So, over the residents mentioned a mysterious man named the Griffin, a revolutionary leader who always wears a mask in public. A charismatic figure, he seems to have inspired many many of the refugees to rally by his standard. There are even rumors that he and his masks have a secret weapon they plan against use the Garlean occupiers. Alphino and Alizé's inquiry yields similar information. You conclude it's highly likely that the masks are the group who received the shipments of crystals in Ishgard. This, combined with the fact that their passion for Alamigan liberation borders on fanatical, does lead the credence to the theory that the revolutionaries are plotting to summon a primal. Even so, it would be unwise to act on such suspicions without first obtaining confirmation. Griffin is we go and see the Griffin. The Griffin is every bit a silver-tongued speaker, painting a picture of a homeland abandoned and people forsaken. So urge to conquer feelings of guilt, yet also offer a promise of redemption, of a bloody retribution, and of glorious freedom won by with the power residing in the hearts of the brave and the true. Muttering darkly to himself, Alphino surveys the congregation and catches the sight of two very familiar faces, Ida and Papalimo. Though you have many questions, it is agreed the temple is no place for lengthy discussions. Ida and Papalimo revealed that having parted ways with you in the faithful banquet, they slipped out of the city with the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. These goodly souls duly sheltered the two fugitives in Little Alamigo at great personal risk, as they deemed it only fair to remain for a time, assisting them with their operations to repay the favor. When Papalimo subsequently learned of the Scion's exoneration, as the Crystal Braves had been denounced and General Raban reinstated, he apparently attempted to establish contact. However, it seems that his were intercepted by the masks, who were reluctant to allow word of their activities to spread beyond the refugee community. Their tale thus told, you proceed to brief the pair on what's going on. Well, shocked by the idea that the mask may be planning summoning a primal, they observe that Griffin and his men have claimed more than one occasion to possess a means to defeat the Empire. Plainly, much more remains. Okay, we sneak in old clothes to go talk to, talk to the false griffin, you know, one of the masks under him. Weather tunic and slops. At once, the man identifies you all as members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and rather adamantly proceeds to refute your accusations, calmly explaining the crystals were traded with the Al-Majah in exchange for their aid in the battle against the Garleans. When Ida scolds him for striking such a short-sighted bargain, however, he explodes in anger, declaring Griffin and his loyal mask will do whatever it takes to win Alamigo's freedom. Too bad you didn't really ask me, because I will do that for you. Regaining his composure, he invites you to search the camp for crystals. You doubt his word. But before the revolutionary takes his leave, he spares a moment to thank you for a kindness performed long ago, but which he had saved. Yeah, I did save him long ago in ARR, but that was a side thing quest that, well, it was a part of the main quest, but it was one of those small mini side quests in the sense of the main quest thing where I was saving Alamigan refugees who were sick and dying. And we're asking Gridania for aid, but Gridania didn't want to. We shall not squander your gift, he says, and proceeds to squander the gift, leaving you to wonder what responsibility you bear for the action of those lives who have touched. For being the symbol of hope for the hopeless far and wide. Ha! Repercussions of our action never predict in their entirety. In saving a life, do we doom 100 more? And if so, would the correct choice be not to intervene? Alphino has no patience for such questions of cosmic justice or morality this day. We would rather concentrate on the problems at hand, as you often do. There's no time for looking back, he says, and part of you agrees, and yet... If the false griffin is to be believed, the crystals you seek are somewhere within the stronghold of Zazar, where the Al-Majah presumably preparing to summon Ifrid. Given the gravity of the threat, you have no choice but to gather your comrades and proceed there at once. Let's see at this point what... Yeah. This is arriving.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Yeah, I wonder who could be here.
Not willingly, no.
Wonder who could try to kill me now.
Ah, the saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
You know, you're bitching about me when you and I are the same in many, many different ways. But that takes a couple expansions to find out. Okay, besides the next one.
Will you
not
never
the next
learn?
one, but the one after that.
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god.
Why are you trying to recreate what is perfect? Me. I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking!
It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it.
I mean, you seem to be doing perfectly fine right now.
But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand,
That would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos.
I mean, good fucking luck.
One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
See, as a white mage, you do not have that ability. It's unfair. Absolutely unfair. Bark, bark, bark.
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
I cannot enchant arrows like that.
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
You haven't dodged. Also, blood.
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
Fucking violence! Show off your new weapon, why don't you? I once was a scholar. Or technically arcanist. No, I'm a red mage. I could have done this earlier.
As Eorzea's blade of light once stood by my side, now I shall stand at hers and defend this realm with all my might.
She's a teenager. That's the reason why I'm not looting her or Alphino. I think they're like 16. Not happening. Thank you for chaining me.
It ends now. What?
The chains!
Damn, we don't get to be kinky?
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart.
Hi, Ariange.
But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Yes, the one who doesn't, you know, speak even normally in this game compared to everybody else. It's like Shakespearean levels. Strip.
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
Yeah, would be ashamed if you do it the fuck again.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
No, actually.
Thou mayest, my lady.
Don't make promises you can't keep. What's with that pose?
By thy leave.
That's not a scholar and or arcanist.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop.
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
Friendship is magic, yo.
Make ready! They come!
Not in that way, though. I just remembered I have to do it. But we're gonna finish this post Dragon Song section. What shame if there were like 3 fucking healers here.
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine.
Shame that there are
Thank
3
you.
fucking healers here. You know, there was Alphino, say Orionge there, and
And
me.
there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
I'm too stubborn to live, if that's what you're also gonna go with.
We are far from finished.
I know. Because we are the same, you and I.
Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
But you will tell us.
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Yes.
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt plains with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always.
I wouldn't say eloquent.
Like
Fuck you
the
speaking
Ascians,
Shakespeare.
We too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
You're fucking not Cthulhu. You're not Cthulhu!
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
Yes.
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives.
Show Orionge and he's not surprised.
An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light.
Same, it just kept on adding up.
But word of our deeds spread. And soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence.
Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything will be fine. I'm here.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
After all, we are the same, you and I.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
She has a crush on
How
our.
many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight.
Totally does not have a crush
Those we
on
left
Ardbert.
behind.
I mean, the Warrior Darkness over there. Spoilers.
To have known the depths of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
Which one? Okay, that one, fine. By our powers combined. Yes. We produce. My eyes hurt. That's what we produce. God. Welcome to the Void, sort of. Void.
What is this place?
The Betwixt.
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Sadcrid, it's fine.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light.
Now eat up. Nom 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 nom.
In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Hi, Sadcrid.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute.
Because I haven't gotten there to save it. Yet.
I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself
Heine.
the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
Sit down, sir.
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiac's will,
so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn.
You know, the fact that Hydaelyn's real power is stasis, this actually puts on a whole new point.
But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought.
Bosom.
And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves.
Oh, really?
The first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
Sure.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away.
I mean, she's kind of dead already.
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Minfilia wouldn't have it anywhere.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
It's okay saying, sad crid.
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be.
Yeah, and stop being sad cred.
Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Good, Dad Crid. Good.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
I mean, sure. Don't have a psychopathic warlord after me or anything.
'Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Serious face is serious.
Hear me, servant of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home.
I mean, you're still technically dead. Just to be clear.
We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them.
For fucking shadowing.
We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
Shame it's me that has to do all that work. But don't worry, you will pay me back a few times. Let's see. Poor MILF gets to feel her adoptive daughter go boo.
Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
Yeah. Alphino recalls that discarding crystals are still somewhere in things Thancred to interject the Duosular Cavalier alone. Unable to persuade the bard to accept assistance, Alphino resolved to go find Ida and Papalymo, leaving you with a tired Alisaie and a morose Urianger. Let's see if it's actually acted out. Nope, it is not. And Urianger is back to covering his goddamn face. You break the silence, giving the others an excuse to speak. Alisaie declares she wanted to believe Urianger would never betray them, but that some part of her feared the worst. In response, Archon once more expressed sorrow for his deception, though it is plain he still believes the ends justify the means. Alisaie, however, could not bring herself to condone his actions. Even so, she allows him to escort her to safety, suggesting that any rift between them may have grown is already on its way to mending. Too bad, he doesn't do anything bad again. Having returned to Little Amigo, you and Alphino meet with Ida and Papalimo, who are understandably dumbstruck to hear the tale of your visit to the Ethereal Sea. After a pause, Papalino declares the past time he and Ida rejoined the Scions. A statement of the glaringly obvious, no doubt, but a welcome one nonetheless. All of you prepare to return. As you're prepared to return to the Rising Stone, you're accosted by Gundobald. He's the de facto unelected, but everybody goes to him for stuff, leader of Little Alamigo. Who apparently acquainted with both Ida and her father, with whom he fought in the revolution against the King of Ruin 20 years ago. He goes on to recall how Ida once played an active role in the resistance, until she vanished one day, leaving him fearing the worst. Though plainly stated, Ida mutters an apology, explaining her involvement with the Circle of Knowing and its successor, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, necessitated absolute secrecy. Suddenly conscious that her friends are waiting for her to return to the Rising Stone, she runs off, leaving Papalimo to assure Gunnobald that they will return ere long.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbraider.
Yeah,
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Yeah, our voices. Oh my god! Now I think about it.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
Out of the fucking snow! As a southerner.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were.
I mean, we are missing
nor
leader.
should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation.
What if my
I
principles are
believe the paths we
stabbing the
follow
bad
to
guys?
achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
It is 4:22
bound
a.m.
by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit.
I mean, it's what I do anyways.
Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
No, of course not. And she disappears for a while.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Like I said, if I had any interest in Lalafels, Kryl and Tataru would be a part of it.
Can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Yeah, don't do it again. Stairs.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Just don't get possessed.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
I guess.
And what will you do, Alize?
The only one sitting in the...
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities.
Same! But I always seem to be wrangled into them, somehow.
That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable. And we've always got her to keep us from bickering.
What if I find your bickering entertaining? What if I egg it on a bit?
But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Until you aren't. I mean, you'll always be that, but I mean, being
well
leader.
Then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
Fuck if I know. Stop looking at me expectantly like I know what I do every day. I don't. The road goes ever on and on, out to the door. I don't remember.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving.
I know, right? Our levels will have to go up.
A new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
What if I have my face covered for this? What if one of us has our face? What if two of us have our face covered? I mean, Ida over there and Urianger. And, oh wait, Thancred also, half his face is covered. Ba 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 ba.
One world's heroes
Yes.
are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life...
There is a red flag there, Papalimo.
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me.
Yeah.
Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
Yeah. No revolutionary is gonna, you know, do anything with it either.
Thank you. I shall guard it well.
Sure. I mean, he will, but I mean, sure.
There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Yes, yes it does. I'm all purple flags. I got food. No! Two masks talking to each other. Nothing could go wrong. Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and join the others. The coming battles. We are greatest yet. But I intend to stand with all you that glorious day. True believers are so readily led. Violet Abyss. I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Being host to a surfeit of light or dark, the world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting. And a void is no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. Lovely, isn't it? Not fuck things over for any at all. The eyes of Nidhogg, many were the candidates in consideration, but by your deeds you've proven yourself most deserving. Yeah, I don't think we want it anywhere in our body. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. This is a PvP land, but right there is fight well, underneath there is a hub, so it was here all along. Hi, Nirdo. A weapon from outer space. Not joking! Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are gonna have so much fun. Ha 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 ha. You're not the one that's gonna have to defeat it in a fucking raid. I haven't done the Omega raids. I mean, I've only done some of the Omega raids. I've been putting off doing the Omega raids. The running joke is, when am I gonna do the Omega raids? And the answer is the last... I'll say it'll be the last set. Tataru, as you meet the... okay, there's a discussion of the future of the organization only to be interrupted by the arrival of Minago, a member of the Alamegan resistance. Between pain gas, the wounded woman reports that one of the resistance leader, a masked man known as the Griffin, has embarked upon a course that will inevitably drag the Eorzean alliance into conflict with the Empire. Hearing this, Y'shtola bids you bear word of the looming threat to Ishgard, where she and the others are notify the rest of the alliance. 'Cause it is Omega. I know, right? I don't want
We're
to...
here. Did we miss anything?
Everything. Nothing.
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Alisaie. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention.
Or more.
And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
I nominate Alphino because do not put me in a leadership position.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
We're letting teenagers lead us, like any good
I did not
shoujo
mean to...
anime.
That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office.
I mean,
I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
It was a learning thing.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Bitch, that's not all I do. I deliver mail to people.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you all right?
She's fine. She's a cute cat girl.
I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Hi, Minago. Want to join my harem, by the way?
God, how did... Y'shtola! Please, you have to help her.
There's 2 other healers here.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Technically 3. Actually 4. Y'shtola is still... she could be a black mage, but she was originally an arcanist. Well, technically Conjurer, now that I think about it.
It may be a while before you can move about again.
Conjurer is
seen your wounds,
what it
I'm
is before
surprised
White
you were
Mage.
still moving at all. Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
It involves half the Empire.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is.
Well, I am a
My name is
Mikote, and
Minago,
I am very much
and
a mess.
I belong to the Alamegan resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
I mean...
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
I also have vengeance against him.
And on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
After all, a hand for a hand.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain
And then
from
other
such
body
an
parts.
attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
Storm the gates!
So,
Storm the wall!
he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Unless I'm here.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Look,
Agreed.
none of y'all had me there to begin with.
Forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphinaud and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy.
I don't have to do much encouragement.
To Taru, Kryl.
All I have to do is bat my eyes at him and look cute.
See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I mean, I could also step on him and he'd still do it. But I'm going with the cute route right now.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
Oh, look at those crimson flags. There's multiple ones now.
War was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice.
You know, I'll say we have beds.
Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
No, I don't have a choice. I either go forward with the main story quest or I don't. That's the only choices I get. Okay, we talked to Arabic and they says, yes, agreed. Yay. However, requires his first consult his counterpart in the House of Commons to decide who will serve as the nation's representative. Guess who they pick? I wonder. Sarah Omek bids you announce your arrival. Now with war a distinct possibility, the Alliance leader dispersed to make their preparations. You mull over this council's decision with Alphinaud and Alize. Sarah Omek approaches and thanks you for escorting him to Gridania. Before departing, he asks a moment to express his gratitude for Yuguri's support. You know what? Let's see if this is played out and voiced.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gir Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphinaud?
A cute cat girl, yes.
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire.
You say, then we do it so easily
When
later.
the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Carteneau, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial Legion.
Bitch, I took out an Imperial Legion.
Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
Except if somebody forces our hand quickly.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical.
Sorry.
Why then, brother, do you scowl so? I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet
I know, how dare I?
something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Back in Revenant's Toll, you encounter Alizé, who's quick to express her distaste for the carefully chosen words of politician. You're about to comment how differently she and her brother are in respects, when she remarks how different Alphino seems from his former self, having apparently taken to running his own errands. How times have changed. On the wall. Apparently had her fill of hustle and bustle at the town square. Alizé declares her intention to retire inside the to wait the return of her brother and others. Hoping to convince the Griffin to abandon his course before war engulfs the realm, it's decided that Papalinimo, Ida, Thancred, Nugiri will brave the secret tunnels beneath Belsol's wall and endeavor to confront the resistant leader directly. You, meanwhile, are ready to stand ready at the Black Shroud. Alphino mentions that the spire offers a clear view of the wall and suggests you speak with the Alliance commanders. It would seem that fighting has broke out on Balesolar's wall. Scouts report that the Griffin has begun his assault, and his soldiers apparently clad in Grand Company uniforms. Plainly, the Resistance leader will stop at nothing to drag the Alliance into his conflict. To make matters worse, your fellow Scions are headed to the eye of the storm, wholly unaware of what awaits them on the surface. Despite the danger, Alphino resolves to plunge into the thick of the battle in an attempt to save the day. You have little choice but to join your young friend and approach the wall. Alphino outlines a simple plan where he will pursue the infiltration team through the tunnels while you scale the fortifications with a party of your most trusted comrades. Sit back and stretch. Yes. The thickest. Thick enough to crush my head between the thighs. Forward, comrades, the time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs on our suffering for so long. Let victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free no matter the cost. The cost is you getting me involved. That's all you needed to do. Really. Hi, Albert.
You've beaten me, aye.
Yes. And I haven't stabbed him enough because he's still breathing.
But you cannot stop what I've begun.
Stop him now. Stop him now. Stop him now. Stop him now. Stop him now! Stop letting him monologue! Stab him! Stab him hard! Stab him harder! Stop letting him monologue! This would have not been a problem if you'd stop him from monologuing.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Did you? What happened? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? There we go.
Aye! Victory is ours!
Premature.
And who knows,
Premature
lads?
victory
Mayhap the
ejaculation.
Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
Premature celebration. Premature victorization. I'm still trying to make that joke work.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea.
Bitchin' traitor.
They die that others may live.
Fucking traitor. Fucking other traitor.
Vanguards! Attack!
Totally not spider creature
Seven
from Final
hells.
Fantasy VIII.
Do you hear that?
See, you use lightning against it. You use lightning. And then you fucking run. And then you let Quistis shoot him the fuck up.
How did they get here so quickly?
Always here.
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Vive la révolution! Not enough blood. Lightning! 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 Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! I'm gonna try that recording again.
Gods help us. What were we thinking?
You weren't.
The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
Look, you should have learned, you should have waited for me to start this.
Mighty Ralker. Grant us the strength to crush. Ow.
Didn't kill him fast enough. Still haven't killed the guy here that really deserves it.
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
I mean, they're already dead. What else do you need?
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Stop him! Stab him!
Ilbird, I should have known.
I mean, yes, you should have.
This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
You say that. But you're naive to think that this will help you either. He has some red balls. They're frozen.
Eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces.
You think that it's because it's you rather than them? If all you see is, you know, everybody doing that with you, you might be the problem here.
My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free al amigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless.
Sweetie, you've already been a demon.
The homeland they no longer deserve.
Sorry,
exactly
I'm gonna do that liberation thing, but stop him! Stop him! Stop him!
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Stab him! Cut his arms off! Break his arms! Stab him! We know what he's gonna do! Stop him!
You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
Delusions of grandeur there.
What? Here? Now?
Stab him!
Like hells you will!
See? Though punching him maybe... Shoot him! Magic him! Hello?
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
No, thank you. I'm good. We still haven't stopped him. Blood for the Blood God. Crashing for the PS3s. You know, I made a splash sound, but there's no blood. I know the reason why, but Okay, there is some blood.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Yeah, Papalimo, what you gonna do about it?
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do.
Y'all stood there and let him do this!
There is one thing.
What? Hey!
You stood there!
Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Hark, ego.
Tipsamati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works.
Can't stop him, won't stop him.
It is time to leave.
Yes, yes it is.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this.
Yeah, you end up singing at the end of the expansion, and it's horrible.
Take her! Please, you have to take her!
Oh. What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
No. See, watch what Papalimo does if I try and stay at his side.
Hilda! I think he means now!
Yeah. I could still jump down! I can make it! That was a skill issue.
Farewell again, my dear Ida.
I know! Didn't get the possibility though.
Let us see how good a student I truly was.
Looks like an embryo, for obvious reasons. We're doing abortion, y'all! We're aborting! After receiving a timely message via Pearl Link, Alize informs you the Alliance Council will be reconning, debates how to combat the incalculable threat. Unexpected figure seizes opportunity to take the stage. Nero, the disgraced Imperial engineer, proceeds to proffer what be kindly termed the bold solution. Why don't I? Oh, I'm glad I did this. For Gogetsu to show up. So you can see his... Hi.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
Yes.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay, Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Yes.
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel
He
by
rowed
land
all the way
than
over
put
here,
to
by the
sea
way.
again.
As in, row, row, row your boat.
You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
3, 2, 1.
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on
Oh wait, I
more
should have
than
done the 3,
spray
2,
of
1 on
brine-water.
this one.
By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Good God, man. Are you all right?
That's a stupid question. Help Orionche.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
You know, any other circumstances, this would kind of be romantic.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
We noticed.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken.
For now.
After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
Mm-hmm.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Yeah, so they don't send certain people there.
A Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
Oh wow, them being smart. Well, they don't have Belsar with them. Gaius, who was going against the primals.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
Fun! No, it is the Dragon Eyes we have.
We could face another calamity.
Oh, shame. Good that I'm here.
So the primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Yeah, sure.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Yeah, a raid that I still haven't done.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Sit down, Neuro.
What in the hells are you doing here?
Being opinionated. Oh, wait. Him. You're talking to
Pleasure
him.
to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
I mean, keep your kinks in the bedroom. Come on. I mean, you kinda do, but no spoilers for those who haven't seen.
Who is this man?
His lover. I mean, hate fuck.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
There's a list of things.
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend.
Hate fuck again? Still going on about
As
that?
you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut.
You say that.
And the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Mm-hmm. That smile.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanow since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
Oh, good that Nero is here.
I'm sorry. Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Fuck you about that, by the way, and not in the fun way.
And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable
Apocalypse, I said there's people in this stream that don't know the lore.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
I can take him.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
Yes.
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
I mean, you know what I'm about.
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us.
Unless that tool is sentient.
Of course,
but hey!
If you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
I mean, technically not correct on what the Omega does, but we won't find that out till later.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it?
No, but he knows that you do, so,
What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Why are you looking at me? I don't know any better. No, but I'll keep an eye on him.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
I mean, I trust you, Sid. And I actually trust you, Nero, which is a scary thing to say at this point in the game.
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega.
Oh no, I would absolutely stab him. Motherfucking arrogance.
Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
We do beat up a guy that we keep beating up throughout the entire expansion.
If I am not mistaken,
it is worth it.
Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
I forgot this line, but damn!
My blade is yours.
Ha!
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
You tried to kill me before, and you did the ultimate weapon. Alphado informs you that the Omega contingent is assembled in the airship landing. Okay, where it is, Cartano is usually the PvP area. That's the reason why we have to. mean, he rambles on about wanting to fuck Sid because Sid was thought up as a, you know, all this other stuff, and we're like, come on, have that hate fuck already, or kiss at least. And then he takes me out because he tries to kill me, rather than takes me out because it might annoy Sid more than anything else. I think it, like I said, it would piss off Sid more than he does care about me. Apologize for not being in lane with this. It doesn't. Suggest y'all retire to the Rising Stones. That's why it would be a violent hate fuck. No, Nero would actually be, you know, a bratty sub. He tried to be a, you know, top, but Alphino returns from the East Shroud accompanied by Ida, but in the melancholy mood is swiftly descends. Yeah, I know, right? Since her mention of Papalymo is swiftly shattered by the booming entrance of Gosetsu. The samurai has arrived with dire news from Doma, but far from persuading Yagiri to return to her homeland, he is instead convinced by Nero's mention of the Empire to join the mission to Cartano. Speak with Ida when you're ready to set forth. And here we are at Cartano. It'd suck if the Empire had the same ideas as we did. No, we're almost done for the night, y'all. At 5:22. Is that 5? Yeah. Morning, Gregson! How are you?
Now, where was that? Ah.
No, seriously, it's the end of the, section for after the dragon song.
One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
Suck if somebody shows up!
How convenient. You've been here before.
I mean...
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
No, look.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
The walking, talking, say, Saturday morning cartoon clown.
Searching for something, engineer?
This will be our comic relief for this expansion.
It's close,
for a while.
isn't it?
So what happens to him in the end is really fucked up, but that's some different story.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me.
Have
This
your
god has
fucking
no idea who
fun.
he's dealing with.
Your alone time together. Have fun!
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Rue it, I tell you! The meat tenderizer. Surrender, we have you outnumbered. That's never stopped me fucking before. Ida, wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Nope. 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 He wants me to play with his big red, mount. Anyways, behold, the Red Baron. Now in this nonsense. He wants me to play with his mount! His big red mount! Going with that joke. What the? No one told me they'd have Magitech armor. Forward! For the Empire! The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. You won't. Pay attention to the rest of his minions. It's looking at you. It's looking at you. It's looking at you. How does that feel? It's looking at you.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Thinking of who created this technology, why they even needed to use
Omega
buttons.
sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
True. But that's the biological, you know, emotion.
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
Sure, that's what we do. Sure! Fucking great, I'm not doing.
And should the machine
Till-
happen to
unless I
misbehave,
have to.
we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess, we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, as long as I keep putting off the raid, it will.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Maybe. Yes and no. Is there any other way?
I suppose not. All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
You need the council's permission.
Yes, that's the one.
Council's permission! The agreement was council's permission!
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
More for me, because, you know, I'm the one that's emotionally, you know, distraught right now. You don't have to punch it! Also, the agreement by the council was wait till their agreement to, you know,
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
It's good at flashing things. And once again, we told the council we'd ask their...
Begun. Omega is loose.
Once again, we were supposed to get permission from the council before doing this. But I mean, ask for forgiveness later, you know. That's how that works, right? I mean, it's not the first time I haven't listened to the council. Not the last time. Let's watch the cutscene that absolutely broke PS3s, by the way. Not joking. Well, actually, it's the same thing, but in the Stormbloods version. Like it bricked them. It couldn't handle it. You miss. So if anybody was alive at that point in this area, they're dead. Ripped for your pleasure. Which beam will work? I wonder. Don't cross the stream, y'all. Remember, most important thing.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
It got hit hard. In fact,
And what
harder,
does it
because I don't want to do that
signify?
raid.
I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Yeah, I know, right? You good, Ida?
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Alphino informs you that the Alliance Council will be shortly convened. Announce the year. Having thank you for your efforts in Cartano. After, by all accounts, a furious aerial battle, both it and the Primal appear to be crashed down in Gridania. The Alliance now intends to exploit the resulting confusion by moving to secure Basil's wall. Ask Alphino for the next thoughts, and mindful of your recent excursions. Suggest you rendezvous with your fellow Scions in the East Shroud. Look for Y'shtola. You meet Cryo and Y'shtola at the foot of the tower, and they relate their account of the titanic battle in the skies. Terrifying though the spectacle must have been. The part you cannot help wishing you'd be present to see, but even as you picture the scenes, Alphino's inquiry about Ida's well-being draws you back to the observation. Oh. Yes, cut cutscene, because that's... One sec.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
Motherfuckers drowned.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilbird's Primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence.
Yeah.
It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
I'm gonna throw that out there. The longer you are around me, the more you will see fucking things of fucking nightmares.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
Because it wasn't Alag. I don't know that yet.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Maybe we have his memories.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
True, as somebody who has brain damage. Hi, not Ida.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask.
Right. Not Ida.
20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Oh, we all have known. I mean, except me.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, the original Ida was a part of the original 14, you know, not A or R, but before they cut off the servers.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Why'd you never tell me, huh?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise.
Except when they sometimes say lies.
When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself. And it
Don't worry, you have an entire expansion to figure yourself out.
Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path. And those were his final words to
I still don't know who I am, don't ask.
The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it.
Archons have that mark, by the way. It's not just Scions. There's a lot of Archons that are part of the Scions, but not all the Scions are Archons.
I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
Archons are people who have a certain amount of education in Sharlayan. Kind of like doctors, where they specialize in certain things.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
God, I love her voice. God, that bastard killed her. And her children.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
Nearly 6. It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long, though she is scarce to become to terms with Bapalimo's laws. The one act made her determined to move forward. Should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. I mean, I am main protagonist. Let us return to the Rising Stone to have quite a story to tell to Taro and my sister. Credits. If you're wondering. This is them taking over the... Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face their retribution. It's almost time, Father. Almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No fool will dislodge me. Surprised after all that water that things are still on fire. Well, very well, Ilbert. I will take our homeland back. I mean, I will too. I mean, your homeland. I mean, for the both of us. Say, I will be there, causing trouble and mayhem, you know, as usual. Hi, you. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed preliminary reports. Balso as well has fallen to Eosian alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Shall we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend your will be done. Run, run, run. He's giving the look. He's giving the look. Unknown. My spies tell me that the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. Creepy. Creepy. I don't like you. We aren't friends. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation and a gathering storm of blood. Alright, that's it for tonight. Are we so? Yes, we are still friends. I'm just never friends with that guy, even though one of them says somewhere along the way that, you know, he thinks of you as a friend. And I'm like sitting here going, fuck if I do. So, this friendship is one-sided. I don't like it. Stop. No problem. Alright, y'all. This was Ishnai Ciarfox. I hope you have a good day or night whenever it is, wherever it is you currently are. For watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'm just gonna end stream. Wait. Thank you. I appreciate